looking. Let's check it and see if I'm an angry green screen. Am I an angry green screen? YouTube, tell me. YouTube, are you just glitching out? Wow. Alright, cool. We're good. We're good. We're good. Sweet. Alright. Surprise! My thing from Amazon got here. I did not expect this to get here yet. I was expecting this like in 2 weeks. So, surprise! So that's a thing. So, background on this. I have no idea how to play this. This is the Adeptus Titanicus starter. A game of Titanic battles in the Age of Darkness. My understanding is this is very similar to BattleTech, but using the Titanicus minis. Come here! I had picked up something called a Precept Mana Pool box. Just because it was, I picked up last year or the beginning of this year. It was a while ago. I've had this for a while. I picked it up just because it pretty much had one of each of the robots in it, and I just wanted to build the robots. Come on, focus on the robot. Focus on the robot. You can do it. There we go. Yeah, I pretty much just wanted to build the robots. So we got that guy. We got the really big guy. He's super cool. So I magnetized them all up. And they're all magnetized and stuff. I don't know why I magnetized the waist. It's just fun. This guy doesn't have a magnetized waist because his waist was really weird. He's got magnetized arms though. These deck guns are magnetized. His big gun's magnetized. So yeah, I picked this up kind of on a whim about the beginning of this year or the end of last year, just to build the robots. And recently, I sat down and worked on them when I probably had COVID. So they were my I'm not leaving the house for many days project, whipping them all up, and they were really fun. And I had a really, really good time building them. And then I was like, I've got these robots. I should do something with them. So I was looking around on how to get started and just how to learn to play this game. Because I was like, it's probably not a thing I'm going to have like a ton of minis for or anything like that. But I was like, I would like the rule book. So I was like, it'd be kind of cool to see what my guys can do since I got them. And I can figure out some paint schemes and figure out some other gear for them. And, I was just like, I should do something with these. So I was like, all right, how do I get the rulebook? Mountain Dew Major Melon. Not sponsored, but it's very good. If you like watermelon. Which I do. So I was like, okay, how do I get started learning to play this game? I decided I would look it up. I was like, all right, well, rulebook. Let's find a rulebook. Rulebook, $50. Oof. Okay. All right, $50. I can get the rulebook. All right, and then apparently the robots go in like teams of different like robots that go into teams and stuff. Called mana pools. That's how you like sort of like battalions for other games and stuff. I was like, okay, that's cool. But you need a couple robots to go into different teams so you can build them out. I was like, okay, I could get a couple more robots. And I was like, oh, but there's all these markers and stuff that you need, and all these other little bits and bobs. And I was like, okay, well, there's got to be a starter set for this damn thing. Apparently, there used to be a much bigger starter set. This is like the scaled down starter set. It's just like the scaled down starter, which is pretty cool. I'm all about that. Rock on. Yeah, words. Sorry. So it's like the scaled down starter. So I ended up deciding to pick this up because it's a really nice piece of box art. That's not why I picked it up. But inside you get 2 of these Reaver robots, which are the guys that had the chain fist that I showed a minute ago. So you get 2 of those. You get 2 of these Acastus, and you get 2 of the dogs. And then you get all these little token things. You get some dice. You get these like quick play sheets. You get the rule book, and you get all the measuring cards. So I was like, all right, rule book's $60, right? Each one of these Reavers is like $50. So I was like, okay, that's like $160 right there. And then I was like, all right, well, the Castus for 2 of them, it's like $40. And then for 2 Reavers, it's like 50, or 2 Warhounds, it's like $50. So I was like, this was $120, right? So I was like, just pure logic. I was like, why would I not buy the starter set if I wanted like a couple more robots? And the rule book, so I could try this game out. I was like, this is like perfect for that mana pool. Legios mana pool thing that I got. This is like the perfect box for it. So I was like, okay, yeah, we'll give that a go. I'll pick that up. So I hit it up on Amazon. I did not expect it to show up yet, especially not on 2 weekends in a row when I bought so much AOS stuff. I've done so many box openings and buildings and stuff. It's actually been a blast. I really enjoyed it, to be honest. But I mean, it's been a lot of stuff. So yeah, was not expecting this anytime soon, but here it is. I did try to find one locally on island, but no stores had them in that I saw, unfortunately, which was okay. Other stores might have had them. Maybe Westside had one, or Minikyu had one, but I didn't get to check there because I haven't made it over to IAO recently. I've just been going to town and back. So I just checked Armchair and other realms. Neither of them had one, so picked it up online. Will say, picking up online, it's been bouncing around a bunch. There's some holes in that box. Doesn't bode super well, but we'll see how it goes. All right. Let's see. Assembly instructions for the battlefield assets are apparently on the side there. And then same thing. Alright. So. Lots of plastic. I love plastic. Alright. Well, there's our culprit that poked holes in the box. Right there. Dum, 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 dum. Alright. So at least we know it wasn't anything like super fragile. It was just the edges there of the Reaver Armor. This looks like no, this is Reaver. This is for a Reaver. We got some Reaver Armor there. Alright. We have another set of Reaver Armor. So identical there. My understanding is this box does have different sets of weapons for the Reavers, so there should be some different Reaver Sprues in here. Alright, and then we have the Warhound Sprue. There it is right there. And we have one of the Reaver body Sprues. So this is part of the body, and then the legs and the shoulders and stuff. That's what that is. I will say these Adeptus Titanicus models are really fun to build. Just because they have tons of little details in them, and it's really, really enjoyable to build these guys. So here's the other Reaver Sprue. We'll take a closer look at all the Sprues. I'm just going to pull them all out first, and then we'll take a closer look and look at them all better. This is one of the Reaver weapon Sprues. This one has the Chain Fist, Gun, some other volcano gun. I think it's a volcano gun. I don't know how to play yet, so it's some kind of gun. And then it's got a double turbo laser thing. But that's one sprue for the Reaver. And then we have the other weapon sprue for the Reaver, which actually looks like it has some different heads on it. And then a Gatling gun, a laser blaster with 3 bullets or 3 barrels, a missile pod, and like a punchy fist. That's cool. I like punchy fist. Maybe you get 2 punchy fists. Looks like you might get 2. Alright. So that's what we got there. We'll take a closer look at all those. This is the legs and body assembly for the Warhounds. We'll take a closer look at that too. And then our weapons for our Warhounds. Take a closer look at that too. And then these are the... oh, fuck. Sarastis Knights. Acastus Knights. They're the really tall knights that forge world cells. That's what they are. So we'll take a closer look at that as well. And then, wow, we get this guy, which is the battlefield asset, little terminal things, a bunch of markers, a bunch of other little tokens. I don't know what those do. Some more tokens, and then your arc templates that show you what the arcs for all your guys are. Maybe you put these on the pips on the cards and then move them up and down, maybe? I don't know. We'll take a close look at that in the middle. Whoa! Okay. Ooh, that's a chunky boy. So I thought this was just using the templates from Necromunda. It's not. Okay. That's a big chungus. Fucking heavy, man. Big, heavy, like, just clear plastic. That's really nice. So those are going to be our templates for the different blast weapons. Then we've got a piece of art. It's the same on the box art. Nice piece of art. And then we can see, we can recreate the Horus Heresy with Titan Death and the Doom of Moloch. Or we could create our own cityscape. I have a bunch of stuff I'm going to try 3D printing for this, for the cityscape. I'm really excited about it. Like different buildings and stuff. I'm going to start tomorrow when I get home from work. Really excited for it. And then we have Perforians, Sarastis. Alright, so this must be Sarastis Knights then. And you can get the Warbringer Nemesis or the Warlord Battle Titan. That's the big one. That's the weird hunchback one with the big gun on his back. Alright, we have our instructions. We have, these are our cards for our different weapons. We've got all of our bases. So these are the Reaver bases. These are the Warhound bases. These are the Sarastis Knight bases. We got a fuck ton of different dice. Oh, there's our rule book right there. Yeah. Yeah, it looks a little, I don't know. It might be smaller than the standalone one, but it looks pretty similar. Here are our quick play sheets. You get 2 of those, 1 for each player. Our roller. That's a badass roller. I love these bendy clear rollers that come in the starter box. They're literally my favorite rollers. Like, I love these things. Like, I take these to all of my games. I never take a full-size roller anymore. We got a bunch of decals we'll look at closer. And then... stratagem cards, maybe? I don't know. We'll take a closer look at those in a minute. Let's get... I want to get the art in the bottom. There we go. There we go. Alright, and now we're going to go ahead and we're going to put this over here. And we're going to take a look at everything in it. Just, I'm trying to make some space. And we're going to do one of these guys. There we go. And we're taking a look at our runners. So, these are our blast templates. So this is like a big flame template, like a big cone. Then we've got a small blast and a big blast. I like how they're in this like clear plastic. I think it's pretty cool. And they're chunky. They're chunky boys. Right there. Yeah, so that's really cool. I don't know if all the marks are on it mean anything or if they're just cool looking. I think this might be like a double blast. I think it might be like a small blast template, then a medium blast template, and a large blast template. I think that might be what you're seeing there. But definitely cool. Really cool. They're as cool as the Necromunda ones easily. Let me just cut them all out so we can throw this away. I don't have to keep this stupid runner. Let's just do that. It'll just take a minute. Oof, there, chunk. Chunk. If you got really nice nippers, don't use them on these, man. This is some thick shit. Do not use your good nippers on these. Just snip them out and clean them up with a razor knife afterward. Don't use the good shit on those. Because this stuff is how you kill good nippers. Alright, so yeah, so there's our like flamethrower one. We got the little one, we got the big one. So yeah, it looks like they each have like different sizes inside of them. So like this one's got one, and then this one's got one too. And it's got another one. So pretty cool stuff. Pretty cool. I'm assuming the rules will tell us what to use for what. Alright, here we go. We've got, I think this is an initiative marker. And then we've got these little turrets here. So like one can be an energy thing, one can be like a radar thing. There's a gun here. There's what I think is a missile pod there. And we've got all these weird little pips. Don't know what those are. Maybe you put them on your big data card for your guy and move them around. Maybe. And then we have our blast templates, or no, our templates for the different size bases. So that's for a big base, a Warhound base, and then a what's it called, base. So there apparently are not arcs for knights, which is interesting. And then these, what I think you do with these is I think you mark which knight is which. I think that's what that's for. Yeah, pretty sure that's what that's for. Alright, yeah, so pretty cool. Pretty cool. Alright, and then we have what I think are Sarastis Knights runners. So it looks like we get two of them here. We get 2 shields and 2 stabby sticks, which is pretty cool. Or it looks like... No, because it looks like this just can go in either arm. So if you want them to have the shield on the right or the left, so you can do that. Then we have our armor here as part of our chest. These look like they're going to be magnetizable the way the knights are, so that's pretty cool. I know if these guys can have any different weapons, but definitely still cool. And we got their big old chungus legs right there. So it looks like one spear is retracted and one's like shooting out kind of thing. That's pretty cool. Do we have any other options on here that I see? We might have some head options because it looks like this and that. Looks like that's a head. Right, so that's 3, 4, 5, 6 head options. So we might get some head options in there. Let's check. Oh, my craft room's a mess. I gotta clean it up. Alright, so that's instructions from one of the Reaver battle titans. Warhounds. Sarastis. Alright, so they are Sarastis Knights. I've opened up way too much stuff in the last 2 weeks. My craft room is a giant turbo mess. Alright, so there they are. Building the butt, building the legs. Looks like you might have a little bit of choice in the legs and how you pose them if you want to put one forward and one back. Looks like that might be a thing. Yeah. And then, yeah, it looks like we have 2 different helmets there. They're both pretty cool helmets. I like this one a lot. Yep, and it looks like you can give it one helmet or the other helmet. And then one helmet or the other helmet. So yeah, so we end up getting 4 heads. So there's a bigger head, and then a less head, and then a less head and a bigger head. I think I'll probably do the bigger heads. They're cool looking. And you can choose which arm you want to give it. So that's pretty darn cool. Yeah. So nice and simple little set of adorable little knights. Just right there. Put that, I guess, right here. I don't know. I'm buried in stuff. So this is the Warhound Sprue for all of their weapons. You get 2 sets of plasma guns, 2 Gatling guns, 2 laser guns, and 2 flamethrowers on this sprue. And then you get all these cables to hook them up. I didn't put the cables on mine because I just magnetized mine, so I can swap them in and out. I didn't mind that the cables weren't there. But, yeah. So you basically get one of each possible weapon for the Warhounds. I think they get a claw too, but it doesn't come on this runner. I don't know. But you get the Gatling gun, you get a plasma gun, you get a laser gun, and you get a flamethrower. So you have 4 options per dude, and you get 2 sets of each. Or you get, yeah, 2 of each. So it's pretty cool. So if you wanted like double Gatling gun or something, you could do that. Or double laser gun, also could do that. I don't know if those are good options or not, but just... The Gatling gun is really, really cool looking, so I'm just going to throw it out there that I'm always going to probably have a Gatling gun on my guys because it just looks cool as shit. Alright, see what we got. This is our Warhound. Here's his feeties, his legs, his junk, and then this stuff here is all the body. And then this is basically like a mirrored sprue. So if you were to cut it like this, no, you cut it like this, like that, you've got one of each side. And you have 2 full bodies of Warhounds right there. So it's pretty cool. So you get 2 of them. They're really cool, and they're a lot bigger than you think they are just looking at the sprue. So it's pretty sweet. That's Reaver stuff, Reaver stuff, Reaver stuff. Let's look at the rest of the Warhound stuff, and then we'll look at their instructions I'm going to show you. Alright, so this is the Warhound Armor section. So you're going to get 4 heads on here, 2 Trader, 2 regular, and then you get the same thing for bodies. So you get 2 Trader bodies, 2 regular bodies, 2 Trader bodies, and same thing for like legs and stuff. And you have a lot of choice in the different filigree that you put on them for this stage, which is really cool. I will also say the traders, they get these really cool little grills where they have like teeth, or they have like fangs. It's really cool. You can't build all 4 heads, unfortunately. You can only choose to build 2, and that's because you only get 2 of this piece here, which is the bottom jaw of the head. So you would basically have a gap there. You'd have to fill with like plastic card or something if you wanted more than 1 head. Like if you wanted to use the the extra bits on this runner for something else that wasn't a Warhound. So yeah, really cool. So that's the 3 runners that go into the Warhounds. You get 2 of them. So here's the instructions for building the butt and the legs and the feet. And then here's the instructions for building the body and building the head. I wish these were full color instructions. It feels kind of crappy that they're not, to be honest. Like, I don't know. I feel like they shouldn't phone instructions as much, but that's me. I wish they were full color. And there's our dog-based Ed 209 ripoff. It was pretty sweet. I love these ones. These are probably my favorite Titans. Alright. Next up, let's look at our Reaver. Alright. So, since we get 2 Reavers, we get 2 copies of this sprue. This is the Shell and Armor sprue. You can see we get Trader and regular versions. And there's one here with a bunch of filigree and one with nothing. So if you want to do a bunch of like custom line work and stuff, just use the one with nothing on it. And this is part of the body. This is armor for the legs. These are like the knee pads and stuff. These are all the armors for the the pistons and the legs. That's what that is. So you get 2 of these because you got 2 Reavers. Alright, and this is the mechanical parts for the Reaver. So we've got all the little pistons. There's his void shields. There's his feet. These are parts of the shoulder, hips, legs, body, neck. So this is all the like mechanical bits in here. Like with all the Adeptus Titanicus stuff, it's technically fixed pose. However, if you just clip the little nub off, you can repose it generally however you like to. And it seems to be that way with all the Adeptus Titanicus stuff I've opened. There's like a notch you'll have in the leg. You just clip it off and then you can like move it however you want it. So like all my guys that I've done, they've all been slightly reposed. These guys will probably be in even more exaggerated poses. But yeah. So that's the mechanical bits. So you get 2 of those. And 2 of those. And there you go. Same runner. You get 2 of them. Just so you can build your Reavers. Alright. Let's look at the other runner that I know. And then we'll look at another one I don't know. We'll start in with ones I know and the ones I don't know. Alright. So, shoulder bits. This is some kind of big-ass volcano gun. This is for a chainsaw punchy fist. This is a huge melt-a-gun. Really cool. I think it's like a close-range thing if the battle reports I've been seeing are true. And then this is for the double laser that goes on the back. So this sprue builds this guy right here. Or it builds these weapons, plus the volcano gun, which is in my box. But they're all fully magnetizable, so since you get options, you don't gotta pick. I would recommend you magnetize this as well, though, and don't glue that in, because that way, if I don't always want a chain fist there, and I want this guy to have double guns, I can do that nice and easy. You just spin it around. Boom. Bob's your uncle. Fanny's your auntie. You're ready to rock. Same thing with the carapace. You don't have to glue the metal. You don't have to magnetize the metal. I just do it because I like magnets. And I think it's fun to be like beep, 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 because I'm a giant man-child. I apologize. But yeah, you can see that he's reposed a little bit, like he's stepping forward. Got one foot like up. And the like toe is touching down. He's kind of like just starting off on the step sort of thing. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Sorry, my reach. I gotta put him back in the box. All right. I didn't really have to put him back in the box, but I did. All right, so that's what you get here. You also get your head bits here. So as you can see, you're going to have a couple different mouths. So if I remember right, there's 3 of these on this runner. So 1, 2, 3, and then that's the top plate of the helmet. So that's pretty cool. That's for one of our Reavers. This is for our other Reaver. So we're going to get rocket pod. We're going to get some fists. I don't know if this is going to build 2 fists. And you just have an option of having it open or closed. I don't know if that's the case or if we're actually getting 2 fists. I hope we're getting 2 fists. That's would be very cool if we did. So fingers crossed we're getting 2 fists on here. Alright, and then it looks like we have an alternate head here with a bunch of like spider eyes. And here's the cover for it. Kind of looking like Black Manta from DC. And then we've got a big Gatling gun. So here's the barrels, there's the body for it, and we've got this laser gun here. So I'm assuming this is going to be the fist, laser gun, and Gatling gun as like the arm options, and then this is the carapace weapon, which is the rocket pod. I'm assuming that's what this is, if I understand this runner right. So that would be pretty cool. So we'll have one option for weapons there, and I think you can mix and match. So, alright, so this is our standard Reaver. There's his crotch, his legs, the starts at his feet. I will say the Reaver is probably actually one of the most complex to build because of this like leg piston assembly thing and all the little bits of armor that go on it. A lot of the other knights actually have that armor already molded onto the pistons, so. But yeah, these are super fun to build. They're very complex for Warhammer miniatures, and they offer a lot of customization, which I like a lot. You can see all these tubes and stuff, and I left all those off my minis just because I wanted to magnetize them. I didn't really want the tubes getting in the way. So, yeah, it is a volcano cannon. Alright, I was right. So, volcano cannon, turbo laser destructor. So if that's a turbo laser destructor, that basically means that's 2 of these. This was magnetized right on the bottom of the thing that holds my one camera here. That means that's basically 2 of these, because this is a turbo laser destructor for a standard knight. So that's interesting, that they basically have the same equipment but bigger. And then there's a melta cannon as well. There's his chain fist, which is super cool. And that's the default pose they want you to put it in. It's so boring, but you can get some really cool poses out of it as well. And there's a page just showing you that you can swap guns to either arm, which is why I recommend you magnetize the shoulder. Because if you don't magnetize the shoulder, you can't do that and have the chain fist. So just throwing it out there. Alright, this is our other guy. Right here. Oh, he's got a bunch of tubes in his face. That's cool. So, body's all the same. Yep, all the same, all the same. Same instructions. The head instruction there is a little different. It's got all those tubes and stuff. And then we have the rocket pod. And we have the power fist. Interesting. We got the power fist there. It doesn't show the closed power. No, there it is. Okay, C22 or C20. I think you only get one of that piece on the runner though. C20. Yeah, you only get one of this piece, so that's going to mean you have to pick open or closed. Open, of course, is way cooler. So we'll be doing open. And then there's the Gatling gun. Looks like she'll magnetize up just like all the other weapons. There's the laser blaster. That's a really generic name, but a cool looking gun. Right there. So that's the other big gun option he has. Yeah, and it's just showing you can swap up the weapons to whatever side you want. But yeah, super cool. Super cool, super cool. And then what is this? Oh, it's showing you how to repose if you want to repose the Titan. See, by just cutting the nubs off, it's showing you how you can do that. That's cool. I didn't realize it did that. I just did that because I saw the nub and I was like, that's going away. So if you wanted to repose it, you totally could. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool they included that. All right. Ugh. Let me pull out some of the other stuff. All right. So first off, water slide decals. We've got a bunch of little scorpions and swords and symbols, and there's a little bit of filigree there if we wanted. That's cool. I have not decided how I want to paint these yet. So, okay, so these are different. So there's some wings and chest pieces. There's some skulls, some flaming swords. And then we've got a lot of Mechanicus looking ones. Oh, these are the same. I'm dumb. Right? No, these are different. Some of them are the same, but not all of them. So we've got Eyes of Horus. We've got these weird dots. They're kind of cool. We've got the flaming swords. The bottoms are the same, but the tops are different on these. Weird. Okay. Yeah, weird. Alright. Our roller. Let's give a good look at that, because that's really cool. I love these clear plastic rollers. They're like my favorite thing. I love them so much. We've got a whole lot of dice. Oh. Looks like regular D6s and special dice all mixed together. They're done in that like two-tone plastic, like they do the dice for Necromundian. All right, so that's regular dice, regular dice, regular dice, regular dice. These just have a Titanicus symbol on the 6. So you get a whole bunch of those. You get 4, 4, 9. I was about to say no way. You get 10. So you get 10 of those. Wow! I got a lot of ones. I got 1s and 4s, so that's weird. Alright, so this... I don't know what this is. Is this a... I don't know. There's a symbol, 3 things. There's a that. All kinds of weird symbols on there. You get a couple of those. You get a, like, I think a repair symbol. You get a couple of those, yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure what those are, but you get 6 of them. So that's cool. Then you get a scatter dice, which is really nice to have. So it's going that away. Right, so you get a scatter dice. You get a D6? No, D10. No, D... What? Okay, yeah, it's a... That's a 4. I was like, what the fuck symbol is that? It's a 4. I was like, why does it have an 11 on it? It's a D10. Blowing my fucking mind, man. No, it's a goddamn 4. Ugh. Who designed this font? They're the worst. All right, you have a D10. Roll a 5. What else we got? We have another D10. No. Yes. I keep seeing that 4 and being like, no, it's something else. Now you got 2d10s. I do like that they're giving you like duplicate sets of dice, because then it's like for 2 people to play, so that's really nice. I say that, and then we get 2 of these that are just by themselves. They should have given you, like, you've got these 3 special dice. They should have given you 1 more of each of these. That's what they should have done. So this is a reactor dice, in case you want to push your reactor. That's what this is. That I know. I don't know if this is 3 or if this is the machine spirit symbol. But yeah, that's a reactor dice, in case you want to push a reactor to see if it's gonna extra heat up or not. This is a hit location dice. So head, leg, special, body, weapon, leg. Let's see, there's what 2 legs there, a body, a head, a special, and a weapon. So you're way more likely to hit the legs. So that's a hit dice. All right. Then we have these. This is apparently a round summary sheet. These are the orders that your guys can do, that you can give to your guys. It's nice. It gives you what pages they are in the rule book. That's really nice. And what the... Okay, so big props to this. It's also going to tell you what you need to roll to do these things. So, like, if you're going to repair critical damage, you need a 5+. That's just nice, right? That's really nice. The stats for smash attack, armor roll modifiers. This is really nice. Really nice. This is the machine spirit table. I think that's what that symbol was. So when you roll that, you have to pick something there. The what happens when your guy dies. So that's really nice. Common weapon traits, also nice. Critical. So yeah, this is just a really nice sort of like cheat sheet for all the like bits and bobs you need to remember. That's super cool. I like that a lot. Super, super cool. I thought this was like a rule summary, but it's more of like a cheat sheet. I'll be honest. I think that's great. I think that's super good. Super, super, super cool. I would honestly rather have that than I would like the one they do for Necromunda, which tries to teach you the entire game on one sheet and just does a bad job of it. This, while it's not teaching you how to play, it's going to give you the stuff so you don't have to go dig in through the fucking book for it. So that's really cool. All right. Let's see what else we got. We have the stratagem cards. We've got our weapons. This should have our terminals. Yeah, there's a terminal and our rulebook. So let's look at the terminals next. Come on. Let's look at the terminals next, and then we'll look at the weapons that go on the terminals. Sorry, I apparently decided to open that in the most awkward way possible. Ooh, look at that cover. That's cool. I'm digging that. I have to say, I really like these specialist games. They're a lot of fun. Sometimes the GW stuff, like with 40K, not super into the direction it's going. Like I still really enjoy playing it, but like, I don't know. But like a lot of these specialist games, like Necromunda or whatever, right? Like some of them are really, really crunchy, but like in Necromunda, I just don't play with facings. And the game is amazing. you know, like when I play on the channel, I just always forget to use facings, and it's a phenomenal game. So I kind of feel that way about a lot of these like specialist games. Warcry is still the best game though. Just saying, flat out. All right, let's see. We have our Sarastis Knight Banner and our Sarastis Knight Banner. So it looks like the Knights, they have a shorter kind of card here. I really would like to get these laminated. That would be really nice. It also looks like they also don't have void shields, so they just take damage and then die. So they also don't get cards for their weapons. You just, I guess, have to know which ones you have on your guy. So that's pretty cool. That makes it easier. Sarastis Knight Banner consists of 2 Sarastis Knights, 1 Lord Scion and 1 Scion Marshal. If you wish, you can add up to 2 more Scions at 60 points each. Okay, so that actually even has the freaking points on it for Sarastis Knights. That's really cool, actually. That's super rad. I dig that. And these are terminals. So there's a terminal for the Warhound, the terminal for the Warhound. There's the Reaver terminal, and another Reaver terminal. So you can see the Warhounds can't have back weapons, but these guys can, right? And then these are the sort of the points where you move your guys up and down through them. So I kind of wish they had the points on the back like the other ones do. Kind of a shame. I like how the Knight thing has the points on it. Come on. Alright, so these are the weapon packs for our guys. Alright. So, all kinds of different things. There's an Apocalypse Missile Launcher, Turbo Laser Destroyer, Gatling Blaster, Laser Blaster, Volcano Cannon, Melta Cannon, Turbo Laser Destructor, Plasma Blast Gun, Vulcan Mega Bolter, Inferno Gun. And then this tells you entirely what they do, right? So short range, +1 accuracy, 2 dice at strength 9. It's concussive and melee. On 10+ this weapon's disabled. These even tell you the points. I wish these guys, did they not tell you how many fucking points there are in here? Oh no, they do. They do. They totally say it. Yeah, okay. I'm just dumb. So like if you wanted this guy to have that and that, that's what you do. You put it on the card like that. And then if this gets blown up or disabled, boom, weapon disabled. That's pretty cool. It's a cool, fun little system. And while it's something that would be super klutzy in a big game like 40k, when you only have like 6 models, it doesn't seem like that bad, to be honest. But we'll see. Like, you know, it could be terrible. I've never played it, so we'll see. All right, let's look at our stratagem cards. That's the other thing in the starter box. And then we will break into the rule book at the end. Now, I am very bad at reading rule books on camera. My brain sometimes is like, I'm not reading one really good there, Chief. And I'm like, all right. So, reading and talking, not my strongest suit, actually. Unless I'm just going to read it aloud, but like reading something and comprehending it or like commentating on it, no, that's not for me. I'm not the best at it. Alright, gain and destroy, retrieval, hold the line, glory and honor, tertiary objectives, range support, battlefield asset. So this is cool. These battlefield assets, hello, you can choose to basically put like a turret or something up on the map. It's pretty cool. Battlefield asset, Voidbreaker, blah, 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 thermal mines, communications relay, plasma generator, sabotage, cripple the foe, blind barrage, outflank, apocalypse missile, strong point, command bastion, noble sacrifice, orbital lead strike. So this, I believe, is all the stratagems. Pretty cool. They should have given you 2 of these. Yep. They should have given you 2 of these. In fact, they only gave you 1. It's kind of lame. This is something that they fixed in like later box sets, like for Necromunda and stuff. But they should have given you 2 of these sets of cards. Because this is a box for 2 people, so if you were to split it with somebody, you should have gotten 2 of these. Sure got 2. And then, the rulebook. Make sure there's no code or anything in the back. Alright, there's not. There's just pictures of the different robots. And we have pictures of the other robots. That's actually okay. So this must be a condensed rulebook for the starter set. I did not know that was the case. I thought this was the full rulebook, but I guess it's not, because in the front and the back it has the factions you get or the models you get in the starter set.
The age of knowledge is dead, a cold and corrupted memory. The death of innocence is come, and the new age of ignorance is upon us. Mortal bodies wither and mortal minds fade, and yet the animus machina is immortal, and the god engine endures all.
Pretty cool. Titanic battles in the age of darkness. Okay, so let's comment on that a little bit. Titanic battles in the age of darkness. Alright, this is set during the Horus Heresy, which is Warhammer 30k. This is the Space Marine infighting because they just learned about Chaos Gods and a bunch of them fell to the Chaos Gods. And they're basically murdering the hell out of each other. It's much like 40k. The plot is one of those things where like everything is justified and makes sense, but like you probably shouldn't go about the way that you're doing it, buddy. You know? Like you can pretty much sum up the Horus Heresy by like, you're right, but why are you doing it that way? You know? And you can apply that to every situation in the Horus Heresy. Pretty much. Why did they choose to set this in a specific time frame? One, it by default gives you 2 factions when there is a lot of these robots around, because in 40k there are less of these out in the world in general, because a lot of them have been destroyed. And also grounding it in a historical time period is a reference back to BattleTech. So this game, it isn't similar to BattleTech, but conceptually it's big robots shooting the hell out of each other, and BattleTech has this huge like history lore thing. So when you go to play a game of BattleTech, you choose which era you want to be in. So this is basically giving you an era. And it gives you 2 factions that basically can use the same robots. I wish they would have like added other factions to this game, but they didn't. Things like orcs or elves or stuff like that would be really cool to have in this, because they all also have big robots. Or to play like the Tyranids and you have a bunch of like Bio-Titans would be amazing for this. Would be super amazing. But unfortunately they didn't add that. Hopefully one day they'll do Epic, which is basically 8mm, like the scale of these guys, Warhammer 40k. And then you'll be able to take all of these models into Epic and then add Epic models to it, and it should be pretty cool. So ideally that's what they'll do one day. Oh, nice blue pages. The preface. Really cool drawing of a Warhound Titan. Really cool drawing of a Reaver Titan. There's a Warlord. We got some more background on what's going on with the Horus Heresy. And then we get right into the rules. Okay. They're setting up a battlefield. Okay, so these are for moving around. Alright, so that's good to know. That's what those are then. I was right. It's pretty cool, so I'll cut those out then. Hard dice, measuring distances, the different kinds of fire lines, and the basic rules. Different phases, moving, catastrophic damage, all the weapon characteristics. So that's all here if we want that. Then we have something called Titanic Clash. Okay, so Titanic Clash is just a simpler game where you just pick 3 Titans you want. I guess it's like a starter game. And here are some advanced rules. So this is going to pull in stratagems, doing orders, pushing your reactor. This is where a lot of the neat kind of rules play comes from what I've seen in the battle reports. And also where a lot of the bad shit can happen to your robot at. So that's pretty cool. Alright. We've got really cool looking knights here. We got some more cool looking knights. Then we have some optional rules. Overloading Vord's shield, destroying terrain, stray shots, power transfer. And then assembling a battle group. This is where you build your forces. Let's see. Assembling a mana pool is to choose from one of the mana pool configurations that follow. Each configuration has a mana pool trait, which gives it a special rule or in-game bonus. Okay. Don't know what any of that is. There's a warlord with a big claw. That's cool. Okay, so this is a mana pool. Alright, so this is the Axiom mana pool. This is the Myrmidon Battle Line mana pool. So I think, it's not having read the rules yet, but I think what you do is I think you pick a points limit and then pick mana pools and gear that fit within that points limit. This is a Venator Light mana pool. So that's 1 Reaver and 2 dudes. And then we have different battlefields. Here are the stratagems that we've got all those cards for. These are the different battlefield assets. How to play open play. And here's a section on narrative play. And here's some narrative play missions, it looks like. A lot of narrative play missions. Here's a section on heraldry. All the different patterns and stuff. And then here's the section on matched play. So 700 to 1250 is a small game. It goes up to 2500. Okay. You roll for mission objectives and stuff like that. Scoring victory points. And then different deployments you can roll off for. I like that the match play is all rolling. That's really nice. I'm a big fan of that. Alright. And then this is this is some info on the different legions. Some cool art there of the Titans fighting. Looks like they only give you stuff for Legion Gryphonicus and Legion Tempestus. Okay. Alright, so they only give you stuff for Legion Gryphonicus and Legion Tempestus in this book. It's kind of lame. But yeah, so all the basic rolls there. I do wish there was... I wish this had been a full rulebook, actually, and not just... Like, it's a really nice rulebook, but I wish it had been the full rulebook. I kind of expected it to be, not like a slightly different one. But yeah, I mean, there's still stuff for... you know, there's still sub stuff for mana pools. There's sub stuff for... you know, there's stuff for like a beginner battle, stuff like that. So when I get this built and painted up, maybe we'll try out the beginner battle and see how it is. Maybe we'll just play with what's in the box and go from there. But yeah, that is everything in the starter box for Adeptus Titanicus. Pretty sweet, honestly. Lots of stuff. You get more models alone, not counting anything else like the dice or the, you know, the other runners and stuff. You get more models alone than the cost of the box. So that's pretty sweet, I'm not gonna lie. So yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna call it there, because I gotta get ready to go over to a cookout with our friends. And I will be back next weekend. We'll probably be streaming a lot next weekend. I might try to do like a painting challenge thing next weekend. It's going to be the first weekend where my husband's not here, and I might be freaking out a little bit. So maybe we'll try to do like I paint an entire army in a weekend kind of challenge thing. And I'll stream the whole fucking thing. Maybe we'll do that. That'll be fun. I have some vampire stuff. I have some lizard men stuff. I was kind of saving the lizard men for when the next local like Legion thing start, the next like learning campaign starts. I was kind of saving the lizard men for that. So I've got a bunch of them built, and I was kind of like just sort of sitting on them right now, waiting to paint them. So maybe we'll do some vampires. I have a start collecting for Fire Slayers. I don't really want to play them like in big games, but I would love to play them in Warcry, so maybe we'll paint them up for that. Or maybe we'll work on some of this Titanicus stuff. Or maybe we'll just go around and be like, let's finish up. Let's get caught up on whatever's not painted, right? Because I've got a couple little guys floating around here and there. Or maybe I'll just paint my Kruleboy stuff. I was kind of going to save that as like a treat to myself, though. Because they're all beautiful models. But anyway, thank you for watching. Hopefully this was fun. And yeah.